Hey everybody, today we are talking about My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry by Fredrik Backman. So I just wanted to do a bit of a quicker, shorter review today about this book. It is a book starring Elsa, a almost 8-year-old who is very close to her grandmother and is given a task by her grandmother to deliver a lot of letters that all say that she's sorry, that the grandmother is sorry. And this story is centered around grief and anger and also forgiveness and relief and imagination. That is mainly what this story is about. The grandmother in this story has made this entire world up for Elsa. Every night when they go to bed, they fall asleep so that they can dream in this world that is completely created by Elsa's grandmother. And a lot of it is what Elsa uses in the real world to relate to things. And she starts to notice as she's delivering these letters that a lot of these things are not just in this land of make-believe, but in the real world too. And she makes a lot of these connections after the fact of her grandmother's passing. Elsa's grandmother passes away pretty early on in the story, and I have not read the back cover synopsis summary of this book, but I feel like it would have given that away if you had read that anyway, so I don't know that it's really a spoiler. But it is a big deal to Elsa. It makes her very angry at first and takes her a while to be okay with the fact that her grandmother is making her deliver all these letters for her. But it's one of those stories that you might also be wondering why, but as an adult, you can probably assume there's gonna be a reason. I just have to keep reading and I'll find out. But as a child, you don't really have that, capacity to really think about the future, like, she did this for a reason, I just need to follow this through. It's a lot easier to just be angry and upset and not want to do what the grandmother is asking of her to do because it doesn't seem fair, it doesn't seem right. But she does it anyway, and of course we do get to learn a lot of reasons why the grandmother has done what she's done while she was alive, and also the reason why she wrote these letters, and the reason why she had Elsa herself deliver them is also very important. And Elsa realizes this the more she delivers the letters, the more answers to questions she didn't even know she had are being filled in, and questions that weren't necessarily questions, but just things she always wondered about are now coming to light. And so we get to see a growth in Elsa as a character, as well as her relationship with the people around her, including her mom, her neighbors, and her dad and her stepdad, and there's just all these relationships in this story that evolve with each letter that is being dropped off, that the apology letter that is given from her grandmother. And so it's a really delightful, fun story that is full of just like all these different ideas, very imaginative because of all the made up things that are like cloud animals and kingdoms and the people that live in each kingdom and all these things. All these things you discover the more you read why they are important and why they are a part of this make-believe land that has been created by the grandmother and told to Elsa every night before they go to bed. They have a very strong relationship. It was probably stronger than she had with her own mother, and Elsa's mother and grandmother, their relationship also was kind of strained, I guess you could say. And Elsa also was not, she knew that they didn't have the best relationship because she heard them argue a lot and saw them argue a lot, and that also is more developed and realized as the more that Elsa learns about her mom's past, her grandma's past, and all these things through these letters. So I would suggest that you read this book if you are, if you like anything by this author. He has a lot of hits that he has done. This is the first thing I read from him, but I do want to read more. I did see the movie A Man Called Otto that is based on his book, A Man Called Ove. I think that's how you pronounce that. And so I would love to read that book. And there's just so many others that he has out there as well that are really popular and on wait lists on because of how many people want to check them out. So if you like his other stuff, I don't know why you wouldn't like this as well. There's a spin-off book from one of the characters in this book that I also discovered recently that I would like to also read to kind of get into more of that character. I guess that character you would maybe want to call the antagonist or one of the antagonists of the story, kind of, just because of her personality. It might be one of those characters that you're like, ugh, about, but again, there's more to her than meets the eye, and this spin-off book I think will really tell more about her. So I definitely want to get into learning more about her. Her name's Britt Marie, and yeah, she just has her own little story that is, I'm pretty sure, supposed to happen pretty much right after this one. So I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the order of it. So yeah, that's all I really have to say. I just think that you should give it a go if you want something that is a pretty easy read and something that kind of just gets you into the mindset of being a kid again and being able to experience things through a child's eyes, and yeah, and character driven for sure, and just lots of imagination involved in this, a lot of creativity, and make-believe and all that. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.